Hi guys. So the last time we saw, I'd spoken to you guys about the Hisense Q6, which is 25 inches QLED TV from Hisense. And I also mentioned that the TV came with a soundbar that I will talk about in another video. Well, this video is that video that I was talking about. The soundbar that came with the TV is called an Hisense HS3100. It's a soundbar that came with its own sound woofer. Now, I don't know how much this is sold for because I didn't buy it separately. It came with the TV. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look out for the price, and I'm going to put that somewhere on the screen so you can see what the price value for this soundbar is. In this video, I would like to talk about the soundbar design, its sound, and its functions. So let's start with the design. Now, the design is a very sleek design, like the other soundbar that I've reviewed on this channel. It's pretty much sleek. It's longer than the previous one, but it's about the same height. It's around 2.5 inches tall, but it is longer. Now, this one, unlike the other one that came with the inbuilt subwoofer, this particular soundbar has its own separate subwoofer that it comes with. And one interesting thing about this subwoofer is that you do not need any kind of wire to connect the subwoofer to the soundbar. It all connects via Bluetooth. All you have to do is make sure you power the subwoofer and then power the soundbar itself, and then you can connect it, via Bluetooth if you want. Actually, that's the only way of connecting it. Not if you want. There's no other way. It's just Bluetooth connectivity, and there is no lag. Trust me, there is no lag connecting the subwoofer to the soundbar. Unlike the HS2100 that I reviewed last time, it doesn't come with a leather skin texture on top in terms of design. Now, yeah, it has a stripe kind of design on top of it, which is different, and it doesn't come with a metal grill. It comes with what's it called now, a fabric grill. And by grill I mean, like, the front thingy where you see, it's fabric, so it's a bit soft. I don't know why they did it that way. My problem with that is it might get dirty easily, and you can't just wipe it off like you will wipe metal off. But that's what it comes with. This one doesn't come with light indicators like the other one. Instead, it comes with text indicators. Yeah, the other one has like this tiny light that changes from different source, that lets you know that blue is Bluetooth and green is coaxial, and this is that and that is that. But for this particular soundbar, it has right to, that tells you you're in Bluetooth mode, you're in ARC mode, you're in auxiliary cable mode, or you're in optical cable mode. It also has other things that it tells you if you're in standby, or there's Dolby Atmos, and all of these things that it tells you. It has a screen that tells you that, and the screen is hidden behind the fabric, which I think is cool if you ask me. Now, the soundbar has 4 buttons on top of it. Yes, it has an on button, it has a source button, which is how you change your mode again from Bluetooth to USB and every other mode you want. It has volume up and it has volume down. Now, mind you, these are soft touch, so you don't have to press down on it. You just have to just tap. So let's talk about the ports that it comes with. It comes with the HDMI port, it comes with your aux cable port, it comes with your optical cable port, and it also comes with a USB port as well as your coaxial port. Now, these are different ways you can use to connect the soundbar to your TV depending on your preference that you would want to use. However, I would advise that you use the HDMI cable port because it allows the TV, if you're using an Hisense TV, and the soundbar become one, and I'll talk about this later on in the video. So let's talk about the subwoofer. Now, the subwoofer is a 6.5 inches subwoofer. It's rectangular in shape. It has like a circle in front of it, which is why I guess the base is out. And then behind it, there's an airflow that kind of helps, with the flow of the air so that you don't blow your speaker up, It has a Bluetooth built-in behind it that allows you to pair it with the soundbar. If for some reason it did not pair automatically, you can just hold on to the Bluetooth button and then it will pair with the soundbar if you want. So let's talk about the remote that this soundbar comes with. Now, it comes with a very simple remote. As you can see, there's not so much button on it, and the reason is because, you can use this remote if you want, or you can use the TV remote. But before I go there, let's talk about what the remote comes with. So you have your on button, you have your source button, you have your EQ, because you can change your EQ from music to news to movie, theater, and all of those different criteria that you want. It also has surround sound, it has a Bluetooth enabled button as well, it has your volume up, volume down, next, play, pause, and it has your bass up if you want more bass, it has a treble up if you want more treble, and also treble down as well. And then it has your dimmer. Now, your dimmer is pretty much how high or how bright the lights on the display of the soundbar is. You can decide to increase that, or you can decide to reduce that depending on what you want. And then it has a mute button, which is pretty much simple. But here's the thing: if you connect the soundbar using the HDMI cable, especially if you connect it to the EARC side of your Hisense TV, you most likely would not need this remote, because what happens is you can then now control the soundbar using the TV remote by itself, and it's pretty simple. So how do you do that? Now what happens is when you connect the soundbar to the TV with HDMI cable that it comes with, and you plug it in the EARC side. Now what it does is that it makes the soundbar and the TV one, so you can send audio profile from the soundbar to the TV, as well as from the TV to the soundbar. And how do you control the soundbar using the TV remote? It's pretty simple. So you go to your TV, whatever you want to watch, Netflix, YouTube, whatever you're at, and then what you want to do is you want to now go to your settings and you search for sound. Now once you search for sound, you want to go to your sound audio output, and once you get there, the next thing you want to do is look for where you see soundbar settings. Now once you find soundbar settings, you can do whatever settings you want to do. Pretty much everything you have on this remote is what you will find on there. So you're able to also increase your bass if you want, increase your treble if you want. You're also able to, reduce the light if you want, and do whatever kind of settings that the soundbar will allow you to do using the TV remote. This soundbar does not necessarily support Dolby Atmos, but if your TV supports Dolby Atmos, remember I said that if you use HDMI cable, you're able to send sound profiles between the two devices. Yes, so what that means is if your TV supports Dolby Atmos, now what you can do is in that same sound setting, you will see at the top of it before you change, at the top of the sound settings, after you've gone to your soundbar setting, you will see a button that allows you to select TV mode. Now what that means is once you select TV, it automatically starts to use the TV sound profile, and as such, if your TV has say Dolby Atmos, you then now have that function on your soundbar, and you will see this in your soundbar display. It changes from ARC to TV, which tells you that you're not using a TV sound profile. The soundbar has its own EQ, it has the music and the rest, but your TV most likely will have more EQ than your soundbar. Now what that also means is that you're now also able to use all of those EQs that your TV has on your soundbar, because of that just single one connection of HDMI cable. If you have an Hisense TV, you can also connect your TV to the soundbar using Bluetooth. You don't have to worry about the cables. However, I would advise that you use the wired connection, because again, it gives you more control of the soundbar. That's the only way you can control the soundbar with your TV remote if you have it connected via wire. And not just wire, it has to be HDMI. But also because you would not notice any form of lag or latency in your audio. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. So the best advice is that you connect this via HDMI cable. Yes, you can use the Bluetooth if you want, which is just I think a cool function, and that even works with the subwoofer. You can put the subwoofer anywhere in your house if you want, because again, you don't need wire to connect the subwoofer to the soundbar. All you need is just Bluetooth, and it can connect from wherever you are, in your house. Let's talk about how it sounds like. What does it sound like? From my experience, whenever I'm using a soundbar with its sound profile itself, I'm not connecting to the TV sound profile. It sounds loud, but whenever, not just loud now, it sounds loud and it sounds clear, because there's a difference between something sounding loud and something sounding clear. So it's loud, it's clear, and it has depth. But when you now connect it to the TV using the TV profile, it gets louder. So pretty much with just the soundbar, I notice I'm always around 50% of volume, but once I change to the TV profile, I notice that I do not go above 20% volume, because then it becomes like really loud, and again, it's still very clear and it still has depth. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that, and we're going to do a sound test right about now. So far so good. You've heard what it sounds like. I think it sounds great. I think it sounds good. I think it sounds rich enough on both profiles, both the TV profile and the ARC profile. I think it sounds really good. But that's pretty much it for this video. I have nothing else about the soundbar. I think it's a good buy. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you think that I won't say it's worth the price, because I didn't even buy the damn thing. It came with the TV, but I think it's a good sound. But you let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it sounds good, and if you have any questions, please don't forget to just drop that in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Until the next one, guys, bye. Hi guys, so remember that conversation about the soundbar that came with my sister? Hi guys. The last time we saw, I've spoken to you guys about the no coaxial. So let's talk about the port that this soundbar comes with. It comes with the HDMI cable port. It comes with the Bluetooth. Let's talk about the port that is. So let's talk about the port that this soundbar comes with. Like it comes with different kind of. I think 4 ports to be. If I'm being honest, if I'm